The teaser trailer for Dune Part 3 confirms that Denis Villeneuve is leaning heavily into the political intrigue and religious burden of Paul Atreides' reign. Here is a quick breakdown of the key scenes, the lore implications, and the details you might have missed. The trailer opens with a tender moment between Paul Atreides and Chani. This is significant because it suggests a reconciliation after the explosive events of the previous film. During this scene, Paul and Chani discuss naming their future children Ganima and Leto. In the original story, these twins are born after a 12-year time jump, but the visual cues here, like Paul's weathered look and Chani's presence, so it looks like we'll get the time jump later. We also see the Atreides signet ring, symbolizing the heavy weight of the ducal lineage that Paul is now preparing to pass on to his son, Leto II. Next is the burden of the Emperor. Paul appears weary and conflicted throughout the footage. He admits that war feeds on itself, as we see flashes of his Fremen legions fighting on alien worlds. This is the jihad Paul feared in his visions. Billions are dying in his name, and he feels powerless to stop the momentum of the religion he created. This creates a sharp contrast with his father, Duke Leto I. Paul asks how his father did it, only for Lady Jessica to remind him that Duke Leto never started a war. This highlights Paul's internal struggle. He has achieved more power than his father ever dreamed of, but at a catastrophic moral cost. We also get glimpses of key characters and new arrivals. One of the most shocking reveals is the return of Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho. Though he died in the first film, he appears here as a Ghola named Hate, a resurrected clone created by the Bene Tleilaxu. He has mysterious, metallic eyes and seems more like a weapon than a friend. We also get our first look at Robert Pattinson as Scytale, a shape-shifting face dancer who rocks a buzzed blonde look. Scytale is the primary antagonist leading a conspiracy to overthrow Paul from within his own palace. Lady Jessica remains a powerful presence, appearing to push the religious narrative forward even as Paul wavers. We see Princess Irulan looking stoic. She is part of a conspiracy to prevent Paul from having heirs, which adds massive tension to the scenes where Paul and Chani discuss their children. There are brief shots of shadowy figures and high-ranking officials hinting at an alliance between the Bene Gesserit, the Spacing Guild, and the Tleilaxu to overthrow the Emperor. Most importantly, we get a clear shot of a grown-up Alia Atreides. As Paul's sister, she was born with the memories of her ancestors and will play a central, potentially volatile role in the Empire's stability. A standout visual in the trailer is the appearance of rain and water on Arrakis. This visual symbolism is crucial. The greening of the planet is a major plot point, and while it represents the fulfillment of a Fremen dream, water is actually lethal to the sandworms. This shot symbolizes the ecological and cultural destruction that Paul's reign is inadvertently causing. Finally, the trailer ends on a chilling note with Paul stating that while he is not afraid to die, he must not die yet. This perfectly sets up the tragic arc of the story, where Paul begins to search for a way out of his own prescience and the religious cage his followers have built around him. So, those are the biggest secrets hidden in the first teaser for Dune, Part 3. It's clear that Denis Villeneuve isn't just giving us a sequel, he's giving us a tragedy that explores the dark side of being a chosen one. But what do you think? Is Paul still the hero of this story, or has he become the villain his father feared? And how do you feel about Robert Pattinson joining the cast as Scytale? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I can't wait to finally see this on the big screen. The visuals and the music in these films are on a completely different level, and from what we've seen in this trailer, Denis Villeneuve is delivering a masterpiece. It feels like the perfect, epic conclusion to this trilogy, and I think it's going to be one of those cinematic experiences we talk about for years. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and remember, the spice must flow.